This is Matrixlord 212 for the Real Whovians Cast Extra, Episode 5. Okay, so while the laptop is still all day going through diagnostics, I do want to talk about another one of my storylines for Doctor Who, but this one is actually more, I had done more work on than the previous ones. This one is just about, I would say, more put together. And that is, I was writing an episode, very briefly, about the final adventure of Tegan Javanka. I was going to have the episode called The Past Shines. And I really felt strongly about this idea that Tegan Javanka was going to be an ambassador that got into trouble, I guess was kidnapped. The doctor just knew it was an ambassador, didn't know it was Tegan Javanka, and wound up attempting to save her. That'd be Peter Capaldi. It turns out through a series of events there would be a threat, which I haven't determined yet, but somehow Missy would get involved in the storyline because I want to play on the old connection between the Master and Tegan Javanka. And I would love to see the reaction of Missy encountering Tegan Javanka, and Tegan Javanka knowing that the Master is a woman. I probably would have Tegan Javanka punch Missy in the face, but I would probably have Missy trying to win over approval for the Doctor. The episode would end with the Doctor finding out that Tegan Javanka is dying. And it would be a really emotional episode. It would be a thing where Missy would, Tegan would be saved, but then Missy finds out that Tegan's dying anyway. For some reason, for whatever unknown reason, it would affect Missy, which you would never see that side of her being affected. Sort of like when Davros saw Sarah Jane Smith after all these years. He got really happy. Like they had that connection, even though they were enemies, you know? It was that respect thing. So I would have Capaldi as a fitting end contact his previous self, which is the Fifth Doctor, Peter Davison, and they would have a moment in the TARDIS, you know, and spend a little time together. And then I would have him leave. And then what I would have is, I would have Tegan at the doctor's. It would be like months later or something like that, trying to find out when she's going to die. And she finds out that she's completely cured of whatever it is that she has. And Missy would show up, and basically Missy would say that she's responsible for curing her. And then Tegan, you know, would be something like to the effect as, do you want a thanks for me or something? And she's like, oh no, I didn't do it to be nice. I want you to be like 100-year-old in diapers and whatever, some type of sarcastic thing to Tegan, and like that she's going to be responsible for Tegan's death of old age. And then she would leave. But there would be like another moment where the Fifth Doctor would be there, and they would have some interaction between him and Missy where he wouldn't know that that's the Master. And then it would just end with the Fifth Doctor being grateful that, you know, Tegan's alive. They have a little dialogue that you don't get to see, and you see Missy leaving the building and Capaldi waiting with the TARDIS, and, you know, Capaldi just says thank you to her, and, you know, because he knows what she did, and it's like, what does that exactly mean? Are they going to be really friends now? And then the TARDIS leaves. So it would be a very special episode, emotionally tied episode, The Past Shines. And I would really love to paint Tegan Javanka in a very positive light, along with Capaldi, Peter Davison, and Michelle Gomez. Alright, take care, bye for now.